Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to you. My name is John McCarthy, and I am oh so glad that you chose to join us for today's event here on the TGC Network. And our first round action is about to go down. Let's get down to the first tee, see how this unfolds. Oh, I'm not too sure about this one. And that's never what you want to see, still in that bunker. And with the help of a shot like that, par's very much on the table here on this hole. And that par putt will drop. And now the second hole tee off. And here's the 6 iron. Poor approach shot there. Bit too much club on that. And this putt to save par. And the putt will drop. Well, so far so good for this one. From about 135 yards out. And going with the 9 iron, and this one's looking pretty good. And this putt's for birdie. Oh my goodness, just missed. And for the par. And teeing off on this par 4. And I think he's going to like that. From 130 yards. And the shot's looking pretty good. And he is on. And about 12 feet to go to get to that cup. Ooh, I thought that was going to go. And for the par. And that one will drop. Okay, let's see what the 5th has in store for us. And it's looking like this is bound for the short stuff. And about 9 feet away here. And just missing. And the par putt will drop. And moving on to the 6th here. And here's an 8 iron. This one's about 11 feet from the cup. for the birdie. Okay, and let's see what the 7th has in store. Now, he's probably not too pleased with himself after that one. Nice shot. I think you'll like that. 5 feet to go here. For the bird. And the 8th hole is next. Yeah, this is looking fairway bound. And about 125 yards to the pin. Going with the pitching wedge here. This one's heading for the green. And this for the birdie. And unfortunate happenings here. That could have been a birdie, but it just missed. Okay, and on to the 9th. And nicely done, looking like we'll have some fairway here. And about 205 yards to the pin. And that looks like a 5 iron. Very well played golf shot. Hitting this par 5 and 2, it's going to set up some serious possibilities. And I just don't know what happened on that one. This putt's for birdie. And this is about 20 feet away. Ooh. That was very close. And this for the bogey. Teeing off on this next hole. Wind could be an issue on this one, and well, I guess we're about to find out. Well, this one's looking pretty good. Okay, and from 150 yards out. Going with the 9 iron. This one's looking pretty good. And that approach is on the green with some distance left. And that one will go for birdie. And now setting up for the next par 4 hole. And about 130 yards to go here. Well, this is definitely heading towards the green. And this one's for birdie. And tapping in for birdie. Okay, moving on to the 12th. It's looking like it's heading into the fairway. And from about 250 yards out. Okay, and hitting this par 5 in 2 is going to set up some definite eagle possibilities. "11 feet to the cup." Ooh. And for the par. And now the 13th hole. And going with the 6 iron. This one's looking good. And this putt is for birdie. Oh, I thought that one was going to be in. And this one's about 3 feet from the cup. And setting up now on the 14th tee. Well, this one's looking like it's finding the fairway. And about 200 yards to the pin. Going with the 5 wood. This one's looking good, folks. And he's on the green. And about 10 feet to go here. Oh goodness, that was almost in. And tapping in for the par. And moving on to the 15th here. Well, I'm pretty sure this is going to land in the fairway here. And it appears it actually ended up in the rough. And folks, this shot coming out of the rough. From 14 feet. And that one will drop for birdie. And now setting up for the par 4 tee off. And this shot's looking promising. From about 120 yards. And a bit of a poor approach shot there. And I am pretty sure the wind had something to do with that. Whoa! Fantastic chip, holing it out. And setting up for the par 3 hole. And might be going in the sand here. And not the greatest approach shot there. And that's too bad, but he has been doing pretty good hitting those greens today so far. Very nicely done out of the sand. That's going to make getting par a whole lot easier. And the par putt will drop. And as he tees off here on the final hole, gotta wonder what's going through his head. He's 7 strokes off the lead. And I think this one's going to find the fairway. From 115 yards out. Could have put a bit too much club on this one. Okay, and he's on the green now. And this is for birdie. And finishing this hole out with a solid putt. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you are ready for the golf. I'm so glad you could join us for this event presented by the TGC Network. Second round action is about to begin, and we are ready to roll. Let's go. Okay, and 135 yards to the pin. Going with the 9-iron here. And this one's heading towards the green. And this is about a 4-footer for the birdie. The next hole we have before us is a par 3. Let's see what happens. Going with the 6-iron. This is going towards the green here. And this putt's for birdie. And a decent little putt there. And now let's move to the third hole. This one's looking pretty good so far. From 140 yards out. And heading for the green. This one's about 10 feet away. And that one goes in for the bird. And now the fourth hole. And a promising looking shot here. And about 155 yards out. Going with the 8-iron. This could be good. It's heading for the green here. And this one's for birdie. Oh, and just doesn't want to drop. And tapping it in for the par. And here we are on the fifth. Well, this one's looking like it's in the fairway. From 240 yards out. And here's the 3-wood. I think this is going towards the rough here, folks. About 15 feet to the cup from here. Ooh, inches away. And they're about 3 feet away here. And just about to tee off on this par 3. Going with the 8-iron here. And I think he will be pleased with that. And this for the birdie. teeing off on this par 4. And I think he will be happy with that. And it looks like it's going into the deep stuff. Yeah, about 11 feet from the cup here. And that putt drops for par. And now the 8th hole. Well, I think this one's going to find the short grass. Here's a 9-iron. Looking good. And nothing wrong with that shot. Looking like 9 feet to the cup. And that'll drop for birdie. And on to the 9th hole. It appears to be heading for the fairway here. From 240 yards away. Going with the 3-wood. Now it's an unfortunate approach shot. Not enough club on that one. And he's got to be happy with that. And this one's for birdie. And next up is a par 4, folks. Nothing wrong with that. From about 185 yards. Yeah, it looks like a 5-iron. And that will not be on the green. And I'm pretty sure the wind was the culprit there. This one's about 10 feet from the cup. Just missing here. And this putt is for the bogey. And now setting up for the par 4. About 100 yards to the pin from here. And this one's definitely heading towards the green. And this one's about 20 feet away. Oh my goodness. That was a nice putt, but just missing there. And teeing off on this next hole, the wind could come into play. Let's find out. I don't think we'll find some fairway here. From here, 220 yards to the pin. Pretty sure that's the 5-wood. This is heading towards the green. Very well played, and hitting this par 5 and 2 is going to set up some nice eagle opportunities here. And folks, this is looking too good. And this for the birdie. All right, let's see what happens on the 13th hole here. And going with the 9-iron. And this shot's looking pretty good. All right, and he's on the green now. And about 5 feet to go here. And that one drops for the birdie. And setting up now on the 14th hole. Okay, this one's looking pretty good. From here, about 195 yards to the pin. And I think that's the hybrid. And this could be long. Well, looks like that one will play on the green. And this putt is for birdie. And finishing the hole with a solid putt. And moving on to the 15th hole. Well, this one's looking pretty good. This one's heading for the green. All right, he's on the green now. From here, this is about 10 feet away. For the birdie. And now setting up on the 16th tee. And nicely done, looking like we'll have some fairway here. And about $1.15 to the pin from here. This one's looking pretty good. And that approach is on the green. Quite a long putt ahead. And this one's for par. And a decent putt. Okay, and setting up on the 17th tee. And here's an 8-iron. Well, this is definitely heading towards the green. 26 feet from the cup here. And about 5 feet from the cup. And that putt's going to drop for par. And as he tees off on the 18th, he is just one stroke off the lead. It's looking like it's heading into the fairway. Okay, about 140 yards to go. Going with the 9-iron. Might be a bit too much club on this one. Well, this one's still quite far away, but it is definitely on the green. Ooh, that was very close. And for the par. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is John McCarthy, and I'm giving you all of the welcomes for joining us today here at this event brought to you by the TGC Network. And ladies and gentlemen, this is the third round of this event, and we are going right down to the first hole to pick up on the action. Going with the 9-iron here. And this one's looking pretty good. 12 feet to the cup. Ooh, that would have been good. And now let's move to the second hole. Looks like a 7-iron. And on this shot, he's ended up in the water. He's going to have to re-hit or take a drop. This one's about 9 feet away. And that'll be for the bogue. Now let's see what this third hole has in store. And just a huge drive here. And from about 120 yards out. This is going towards the green here. And this putt is for birdie. And that putt will drop. All right, here's the fourth hole. Pretty sure he's going to like that one. And about 105 yards to the pin. I think this might be a bit long. And with that, he is on the dance floor. And this putt is for birdie. And a nice putt there. Okay, let's see what the fifth has in store today. And nothing wrong with that shot. And this putt could save par. And now we find ourselves on the 6th hole tee off. And going with the 7-iron on this one. This one's looking good. This putt's right around a 9-footer. Oh my goodness. And for the par. And let's see what the 7th hole has in store today. Well, this is a close one. It could be in the fairway. And with this, hopefully, they can save par. Ooh, and that was very close, but it just didn't drop. This putt's looking to be about 2 feet. And teeing off on this par 4. And this will go far. 125 yards to go here. Taking a shot with the pitching wedge. And I think this is looking a bit long. All right, and he's on. And this putt's for birdie. And it's time to take a peek at the leaderboard. And now teeing off on the par 5. Yeah, this is looking fairway bound. From 245 yards out. Going with the 5-wood here. And that's a pretty inspiring shot just there, hitting this par 5 green in 2 definite eagle possibilities. Just missing on the eagle. That really could have helped things here. And let's see what the 10th has in store. Well, I'm pretty sure this is going to land in the fairway here. From 120 yards out. This one's a toss-up. Let's see where this one will land. Okay, and he's on the green now. This one's about a 7-footer. And that putt will drop for birdie. And now setting up for the next par 4 hole. And as he sets up for his next shot, deep in the rough here, folks. This putt's about 5 feet from the cup. Ooh, just missing here. And this putt is for bogey. And tapping that one in for bogey. And the wind definitely could be a factor on this one. Let's see how this tee shot goes. And this shot's looking promising. And I wish my prediction had have come true, but that actually ended up in the rough. Yeah, this one's not looking too good. This putt's for birdie. And that putt will drop for par. And time for the 13th here. Looks like a 7-iron. This one's looking good, folks. From 23 feet away. Oh, almost dropping that long one. And tapping in for par. And now setting up for the par 4 tee off. And just launched this drive. From here, 190 yards to the pin. Going with the hybrid here. Looking good. All right, from 24 feet out. And about 5 feet to go here. And that one drops for par. Now teeing off on this par 4. Well, this one's looking like it's finding the fairway. And I apologize, looks like that shot actually ended up in the rough. Oh. And to save the par. Solid putt. And setting up on the 16th tee. from 130 yards out. Going with a pitching wedge here. This could be good. It's heading for the green here. And he's in the short stuff now. And this one's for birdie. Finishing this hole with a solid putt. And teeing off on this par 3. Here is the pitching wedge. And not the greatest of swings on that approach shot. Not enough club on that one. And par is very much within reach after that one. Nice little putt. Teeing it up here on the 18th. Well, so far so good for this one. And from 150 yards. Here's a 9-iron. And this one's definitely heading towards the green. Now he's on the green. Time for putting. This one's about 12 feet to the cup. And missing the birdie, unfortunately. And tapping this one in to end the round with a par. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for some golf. My name's John McCarthy. So glad you could join us, and I can't wait to get things started here on the TGC Network. Now let's get right into the action. We're going to see how this first drive shapes up on this par 4 first hole. Five feet to go here. And a nice putt. And now let's see what the second hole has in store. And going with the 9-iron. And missing the approach on that one. Just not enough club on that one. And this putt's right around 2 feet. And that one's going to go for par. And next up is a par 4, folks. And this putt's for birdie. Oh, and I thought that was going to go. And this one's about 4 feet from the cup. And that putt will go for par. And now we find ourselves at the 4th hole tee off. And about 175 yards to the pin. And looks like a 6-iron. I think he might be flying the green here. And unfortunately, he's gone into the water on this one. And going with the 7-iron on this one. And this one's heading towards the green from 28 feet out. Oh, and wouldn't that have been nice? Just didn't drop. And now let's take a look at the leaderboard. Okay, and here is the 5th hole. And it sounded powerful off the club face. This is going for days. I think he'll be happy with that. I think he'll like that. And this is for birdie. Oh my gracious, that was close. And this putt is for par. And now setting up on this par 3. I think that's a 5-iron. This is heading towards the green. And ladies and gentlemen, we have witnessed the remarkable here today with a fantastic hole-in-one. And now we find ourselves on the 7th hole tee-off. And he's probably not too happy about that. I think he'll like that. Oh my goodness, nothing to be ashamed of there. That was a good long one, but oh, it almost went. Okay, and now let's take a peek and see what's happening on the leaderboard. And the wind could be an issue on this next hole. We're going to have to see how this tee shot goes. And it's looking like this is bound for the short stuff. And about 110 yards to the pin from here. This one's heading for the green. This one's about 3 feet away. And that one goes for birdie. And now the 9th hole. And this for the birdie. And finishing the hole with a solid putt. And now setting up for the par 4. I think this one's going to find short grass. And about 175 yards away here. Going with the 5-iron here. Well, this is definitely heading towards the green. And about 6 feet to go here. For the birdie. And teeing off on this par 4. And just absolutely pounded this drive. And this shot's looking pretty good. And this for the birdie. Ooh, that looked good. This putt's about 3 feet away. And that one will drop for par. And now teeing off on the par 5. This one's looking pretty good so far. And about 230 yards to the pin. Three wood in action here. And not the intended result, I'm sure, on that approach shot. I'm assuming the wind was a factor in that. This one's about 6 feet away. For the bird. And now the 13th hole. Going with the 8-iron. This one's looking pretty good. And this one's for birdie. And a nice putt. Okay, let's see what this tee shot has in store on the 14th. And that was a powerful, powerful drive. From here, about 190 yards. And that looks like a 5-iron. And that approach is safely on the green, but a whole lot of work to do for that next putt. Ooh, and just inches away. And this for the par. And setting up now on the 15th. And he will like that. Looks like this is going a bit long. And a very well-placed shot there. And this for the birdie. And tapping in for birdie. Okay, and moving on to the 16th here. And a promising looking shot here. And about 130 yards to the pin. And he's probably going to like that. From 21 feet away. And just a fantastic putt from that length. Forget about it. Okay, and moving on to the 17th now. It looks like a 7-iron. And this one's looking pretty good. Okay, he is on. And about 7 feet to go here. Oh my goodness, close, very close, but no cigar. And this putt is for par. And picking up on the 18th hole action here, let's see what happens. It appears to be heading for the fairway here. Okay, about 165 yards to the pin. Going with the 8-iron here. This one's looking good. And this next putt for a 63 on the final round. For the birdie.